What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another event video guide here for you all. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Darkness Comes event, which you can see here at the time recording starts in about 8 hours and a half. So I mean, this event is just shortly after the Silver Samurai, so I'm surprised with the short cooldown. But these events are always great to actually earn character shards for the exclusive character for the time being, especially for the free-to-play player community. So I mean, this is one of the best times to actually capitalize on it. But the one thing to note is that if you hit preview here, it does give us a breakdown of the 3 different modes, and essentially they open up a roster of different nodes that we can farm, which essentially turn into fragments, converting into orbs that you can use. So I mean, it's really just, you know, where you are right now in the game with how many characters you can use. As you can see, be mindful of here is the hard difficulty. It requires 5 defined characters in order to actually push through. This is the mode I would recommend if you already have those characters available to start things off. But if you're newer to the game, or you know, experiencing this event for the first time, you'll likely be starting in easy or medium just to earn those fragments. So that being said, if you hit the little eye here, it does usually give you a pretty good recommendation on where your characters should be, and that's, you know, level 60, gear tier level 9, ability level 5 for the characters. And generally I found that if you have a total team power anywhere from 140 to 175, 180k total combat power, that usually will get you the job done in hard difficulty, and I found that it has been pretty consistent. Now I want to bring your guys' attention now to a quick spreadsheet here that I have shown in my previous videos, but it's just always great to track. You know, as you can see, this is also available in the link in the description below if you need to see the full spreadsheet, which has available guides for all the different modes in the game. But today I'm going to focus on the events, and as you can see here, we've been blessed with a lot of events as of late. So you can see most recently Silver Samurai, Death Pool, Phylavel is part of the game, Sharon, Carter, and Kestrel. These are all very powerful characters in the game, and having these events really allows us the opportunity to generate a lot of shards at very minimal cost. And as you can see here, the one column I do want you to focus on is the power core usage. Now the power core usage is essentially how many times I've been refreshing for the energy. So if you look at the top of the screen here with the yellow campaign energy, generally to refresh it, you would hit it, and then it would ask you for 50 power cores to actually provide you with another 120. So this mechanic actually works very similar to the event campaign energy that's going to come out. So that's what I mean by the 4x50s. Now there are instances, as you can see here, where I did actually go over the 4x50s, which means when you refresh beyond 4 times, it actually costs 100 power cores rather than 50. And those instances only happen for, you know, in my opinion, meta changing characters such as Kestrel and Deathpool. In this case, Sersi might be one of those. I haven't decided yet because, you know, power cores have been pretty bare minimum as of late, especially getting through the Silver Samurai event. But I feel like Sersi, with what she's going to do to the arena meta, and she's also going to be viable for Dark Dimension, she may be one of those characters to take advantage of this event, right? So just definitely to be great to be mindful of. But you can see here, generally when you refresh it 4x50s, you would end up consistently 4 yellow stars, and still to this date, as of this year, I haven't missed that mark. So it's been very, very consistent. Obviously there's an RNG factor, but I found this to be a reliable source in terms of being able to use it. And any times that you can see your shards being very close to that 4 yellow that you need, you can obviously spend a little bit more of the power cores. As you can see here, both Deathpool and Kestrel, if you want to guarantee the 5 yellow, actually using the refreshes for 50s and 100s likely gives you a highly likelihood to actually hit that for both of them. So I mean, I can't confirm, but let's dive into now more of the orb fragments here of the characters, and then we can talk about some of the defined characters potentially we can use. So I hit the supply store here and you hit the orbs. This is going to be a new orb that's added here called Defined Orb, and 0 out of 2,000 of these fragments, and these are the same fragments we'll be getting from farming those nodes. So by hitting get here, we can actually get a sneak peek of what's going to be in these orbs. And actually, unfortunately, consistent with the last orb event, with respectfully Silver Samurai, it doesn't look like there's anything too crazy in these orbs. So, you know, honestly, this used to be one of the best parts of the event where you can actually get some pretty exclusive shards for characters that aren't farmable in the game. But as you can see here, I'm just going to scroll down. You know, we get a chance to get these characters, but honestly speaking, there's not too many characters here that I would actually recommend or prefer, just because they're all farmable already in some aspect of the game. Obviously, the exception here is Sersi, with her being the newest character being added, and then as well as Sharon, Carter, actually recently being added to the raid store. Definitely, Scopely's getting a little bit more frugal giving out these shard fragments, but we can at least maximize on potentially getting more Sersi over the long term here. So that is the Orb Fragment side. As for the roster, if you actually go through and hit this little filter, and I've already done this here, but you can see with the Defiant roster here, these are all the characters that will be eligible to be utilized as part of that hard difficulty, which I would recommend. And fortunately here, there are a lot of good characters we can use. And let's focus on maybe the newer players to mid-game, and then we'll talk about the end-game characters that players will likely have already built up. So an obvious one here is Wolverine. You start off in the game, and you can complete the daily objectives and able to unlock Wolverine in no time. And with his recent rework and the Weapon X team, Wolverine's gonna be really player friendly, especially if you ever have him unlocked. Try to bolster him if you can. As I noted before, if you have a total team power of 150 to 180-ish, you should be fine. So as you can see, my 56k Wolverine should be able to get the job done here if I were to choose him. Another character that's part of this newer player friendly here is actually Hulk, just because he's similar to Wolverine, accessible early in the game and available just through playing the game. So those two are really good additions. They provide high offensive output. So I think those two will definitely be a good part, especially if you're newer to the game. Another one I also like at the time right now is Loki, just because he has defensive and offensive capabilities. I think he's accessible quite early in the game if you can farm just right in the campaign nodes. But yeah, he's got illusions that can actually soak up damage, and he's got a really strong special ability that actually applies the defense down and that assisted attack. So very good recommendations right there in my opinion. But let's talk about the characters that many players will likely have as a result of recently and the events that have come about. You know, we had the Strike Pass with Dagger. For sure, she's going to provide a lot of value just given where she is right now in the meta. She's providing a lot of synergy in raids right now with her new warriors. And you can see here, she's actually got her counterpart, Deathpool, being part of this mix. And Deathpool was also available in the event, another event unlocked. So, I mean, I think a lot of players will have her and build her up just because of raids as well, or in preparation. So, those two are great synergies right there. Newly added Doom Chapter 4, Symbiote Spider-Man now is farmable, but that's quite a bit in the game. But likely many players will already have him naturally just because of the orbs and everyone striving to get him and Emma Frost. So, I mean, Symbiote Spider-Man is a Dark Dimension must-have character for the city nodes. He's very strong. He's got an ultimate, a special that can actually extend negative conditions. And just overall, a great character to be a part of your arsenal. So, I mean, definitely this is a great recommendation here. Spreading negatives, synergizing the new warriors, a great utilization would be Hela. You know, you can use her combined with Loki to actually spread the negative conditions, and as well the new warriors. She's also got that handy passive in summoning Greg that can soak up damage. So she's got inherently defensive capabilities to help the team as well. But yeah, we got a great mixture here, synergizing with Symbiote. We got Venom, and you know, like I said, he's gonna help already Symbiote Spider-Man with the synergy there, but he's got ability block, and he can also spread the negative conditions as well with his ultimate. Sharon Carter and Shanxi are two characters that have been recently added to the game and very, very powerful. Sharon Carter's got a great ability block, a stun, good statistics following that Silver Surfer meta, and as well, Shanxi being the last member of the Heroes for Hire team has been absolutely dominant. I have all these characters built up for Dark Dimension 4, but don't let the power level scare you here, because even if you have them anywhere from 40k, they're going to be able to provide value for you guys. And two other notable mentions here, just to wrap things up, I would recommend is Ghost. She's utilized heavily already in Dark Dimension, and if you ever built up, she's going to be providing value. She can reduce the turn meter, she can extend as well. She has a very powerful ultimate ability. And lastly, I do recommend as well Baron Zemo, just because he's got high offensive output, he's got a great ability block, and he can really just clear the waves, especially if there's lots of minions, and prevent them from being revived. So I think this Defiant roster is really good. Obviously, there's other notable mentions here, but I think those will be the characters that a lot of players will naturally already have built and already acquired early in the game, even if you're a newer free-to-play player. So hope this video is able to provide some insight and help you guys out. Main takeaway here is really know what you want to aim for, you guys, for Sersi. Do you want the 4 yellow? Do you want the 5 yellow? That's going to dictate how many power cores that you're going to spend, as shown in my previous spreadsheet. So thank you as always, you guys. Do appreciate you checking my videos, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.